second down. On second down, here's Rodgers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a gain of 6 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He goes underneath for Anderson. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run for it. Anderson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 6 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
You know what? Now and then it pays to take chances in this league. You can't play everything by the book. You're on your own side of the 50, but all you need is a few short yards. And they're able to convert to keep the drive going.
Now, and Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On second down, Rivers again. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And he finds Jimmy Graham. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did...
And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Will Fuller, 44 yards. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while they hurt their team,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10, and quickly they get to the line. Second down, Rivers. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And when you've already thrown 2 interceptions, you got to take extra special care of the football, because that one could very easily have been a third.
Yeah, off balance, pressure coming. Probably just has to stick that one in his pocket, right?
He does. I just think that when he's in a rut like this, I think this happens to a lot of quarterbacks, they try and overcome it by making big-time throws. Throws they know they shouldn't make.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go play it. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A long way to go for the offense here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know, quarterbacks, they're very protective.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Rivers. And this one's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd down, Anderson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Rivers now. And He's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now a second down throw for Rivers. This is caught. Gronkowski. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And this part of the game's been an adventure thus far, but this one is good. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what? Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he finds Jimmy Graham. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jimmy Graham, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And that's incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's second down. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect them.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. Man open underneath. It's Gronkowski. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
They'll throw again. Rivers. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. A third down. He tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
In the backfield is Anderson. And they'll give it to him here. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
He goes underneath for Anderson. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Time for a break. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Throwing here, Rivers. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Now Rivers. And that's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at about the 14. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. He'll look to throw. Caught. Dennis Pitta. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without
And Rivers saw something he didn't like. He's going to take a timeout. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And tough starting field position here. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Rivers here to throw. And Cooks hands it over the middle. It's a gain of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Now Rivers. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 7. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will change here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Will Fuller was the intended target. 3rd down here.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, You're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Draft Champions here on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com/Madden. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.